Hi, I'm Megan Lenskold. I recently dug into Rush's sales data from 2020 and 2021 to look at product performance, top states, and top retailers, and to pull out a few additional trends that leadership should know about. I'll walk through these findings first, and then we'll go over the bigger picture. Starting with product performance. In 2021, men's street footwear was our top selling category, bringing in just over $23 million, noticeably ahead of women's apparel in second place at about 19.7 million, and men's athletic footwear in third at roughly 16.7 million. Footwear is still leading overall, but apparel is closer behind than the footwear numbers alone would suggest, which is worth keeping in mind as we think about where to invest in product development and marketing. Looking at geography, Maine had the highest 2021 sales for women's products at just under $2.2 million, with Delaware close behind in second. For men's products, Delaware actually led at just over 2.3 million, with Arizona in second place. Both top states for men's and women's products are concentrated in the Northeast, which ties into a broader regional trend that I will get into shortly. On the retailer side, Foot Locker moved the most units in 2021 at nearly 1.1 million, well ahead of the rest of the field, including Westgear and Sports Direct, which came in at a distant second and third. That's a real shift from 2020 when Amazon was our top retailer by volume at just under 317,000 units, and Foot Locker wasn't even at the top. So here's the context behind all these numbers. Between 2020 and 2021, Rush went from 25 retail partners to 100, and order volume grew from about 1,300 orders to nearly 9,000. That's the real driver behind the year-over-year sales growth. It's not that existing retailers were suddenly buying much more, it's that we dramatically expanded our retail footprint, and each new partner added incrementally to the total. It's a good problem to have, but it does mean that raw sales growth number by itself can be a little misleading if we don't put it into context. That expansion wasn't even across all regions. The Northeast and Midwest led in total dollars at roughly 32 million and 25 million respectively in 2021. But West and South actually grew faster in percentage terms in 2021. They're just starting from a smaller base, so they don't show up as impressively on a chart that's ranked by dollars alone. Worth keeping an eye on as we plan the next wave of retail partnerships. Rush had a strong 2021, but that growth was driven almost entirely by adding new retail partners, not by existing ones selling more. That's good news. It means that the expansion strategy worked. But it's also meaning that we should be tracking sales per retailer, not just total sales, to see whether our new partners are actually performing well or just adding volume. We should also be watching the West and the South, since that's where the fastest relative growth is happening, even if the dollar totals aren't the biggest yet. That's where I would recommend us focusing. Thank you so much for your time.